Hey guys, watching this one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to an episode of Let's Build a City, and welcome to 2019, first video of the year. Now, I did take an extra day off yesterday, which is why we've gone 2 days without a video. I apologise for that. Just wanted a day off. Just wanted to chill. But we're back now to every other day video style thing like normal. And I was looking at the overview version of the map, you know, as a whole, map as a whole, so I could see what we wanted to start off with doing this year. And I noticed something that we're lacking in the city, and that's agriculture. Now, I'm sure at some point during the series, I said as we're in Ireland, you know, we're an import-export style city here, which is why we've got the big dock with the cargo and stuff like that. But I've got up here, if the world wants to load, quite a large area of nothingness. It's just sort of hilly, mountainy sort of area. Just here. Now, originally, my original plan was just to tree this up like I am sort of on the front here, where I can't really build anything on it, and it'll just look nice to have some forestry. But I think this area here is big enough to have some farms. If we go this side and we have some farms on that side, and maybe, I don't know yet, maybe some farmland sort of going down there, not only will it sort of help balance the city with some agriculture, because I think the only farm that we've got is a tiniest, littlest wheat farm on the private island over there that we done like 2 years ago. So I would like a large farm, but also when we're driving through it in a vehicle, it'll be really nice to just have a change of scenery. Like, we'll be able to drive around the skyscraper area, and then we'll be able to drive down the commercial area or the residential area. We'll be able to drive up through the woods, and then we'll drive through some agriculture, some fields. It'll be like almost like a countryside, and I think that's really cool. It'll be a really cool balance. I apologize if during this video you hear any sort of bumps or knocks and stuff. I'm having a little bit of work done on my roof, and it's pretty quiet at the moment, but if it does get a little bit bangy and noisy, I do apologize. So this terrain is a little bit like I don't know, not flat, I think is probably the best way to describe it, for us to build a farm on. Now, I know that I recently built a giant farm or large farm on the what's it called, medieval world. I know, but we're going to do it sort of differently on this one, because it's not going to be medieval. It's going to be sort of more modern. I just do to there. Set replace air with grass. Just try and flatten some of this out a little bit. Oh no, that's no, undo. What we'll probably do is I'll probably end up cutting out a lot of the actual sort of farm making part of it. You know, the is that better? That's better. A lot of the sort of placing down a load of wheat field stuff. I'll do that all off camera at some point. So you don't need to worry about that. But what I do want today What I do want to do today is flatten off this area and get a plan of where I want certain things to go. Like certain for sure things. I want things to go from here to there, you know. I want the farmhouse to start here and end here. You know the jazz. So I definitely want to get rid of this giant mountain in the middle here. We'll terrain it up and we'll change it how we need to. But I think if I do that, helped a lot. I've actually done way more than I thought. And over here, whoa, look at that hole. How did that even exist? I want to go from there and then to here. Now, we've got a lot of sort of playroom here to be able to smooth this off, so I'm not bothered at all, not worried at all. I do want to come out here though and go up this part just to get to the top of that part there. Kaboom. And we've got ourselves a nice flat area. Now, I might add a little bit of terrain on here, like a little bit of unevenness in the field, so they're not dead flat. No field is dead flat, and you got to remember that when you're building a farm. But if we do a brush, oops, sphere, if I could spell, just do that. I'll just fill up this area a little bit, just to give the smooth brush a little bit of help. Otherwise we get a little bit of sort of glitchiness, terrain generation going on. So I'll just sort of fill up that a little bit. That should be good. We'll grab another sword. Oh, I should probably do it with a different sword so I don't get confused. Brush smooth. And we'll just sort of blend this in the terrain. It's not big enough. That's better. Do the work for me. I'd be a little bit careful of the road there. That's all good there. Looks like back to normal. Let's go down a few blocks. Just so we can smooth that part off. Okay, that's all good there. That's all blended into this part of the road here. Let's go up a few blocks again. Blend all this all in. Dig, 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 dig. On this side, I think we should be relatively okay because it's just the start of the mountain here. We'll just get rid of that hole that was there. And then on this side, you know, I think if we just smooth this off, we should just get a pretty natural feeling. I sort of like this dip here. If I could do something with this dip, it would be nice. I don't know what yet. Maybe have like a fire pit down here for the farm. Or storage down here. I don't know, but if we can integrate this hole, it would be nice. If not, I'll just end up filling it out and blocking it out with a flat terrain. It won't matter. It'll be fine either way. So let's click there, and we'll go up here. Whoop, fly over here. Look at this. How quick can we just terrain edit stuff? It's crazy cool. We'll go up here. Pause 2. Replace dirt with grass and replace stone with grass. Look at this. Kaboom. Okay, we've got a nice flat grassed area. Let's just get all of this here. I don't think I broke anything that I shouldn't have broken. It looks pretty good, so we're fine. Now, I don't want the farmhouse to be on the road. Do you know what I mean? Like joined to the road, like how a normal house is. You want the farmhouse to be set back a little way. And do we want the entrance to the farmhouse to be on this road going in that way, or on that road going in? I think I like on this road going in that way. Now it comes to the planning part. Okay, this is what today is going to be. There might not be too much building being done today. It's just going to be planning, laying out what you have to do on a large scale build like this. So we have a driveway that comes in, and I think this one is going to be the sort of expensive driveway. Okay, so it's going to be like a nice stone or gravel driveway coming in here, and then we'll have the house laid out. Now I've got an idea actually for the house. I'll just build grey, fine. I don't want to build the farmhouse out of wood, because we just in the medieval city world fairly recently, within the last few months, built a wooden medieval style farmhouse. On this one, I want to go for a modern style farmhouse. It's been upgraded over time. It's now going to be made out of stone. Have a nice roof on it, you know, actually sort of be up to today's building standard. And this layout, I don't know exact block length, but it's going to be like this. You got to see what I've got planned for this farmhouse. It's not going to be grossly huge either. It's going to be a big building. It's got to be farmhouses have to be big, don't they? Have to look quite expensive and awesome looking. But I also want to be able to see it from the road, which is why I've sort of kept it relatively close. You don't have a farmhouse so out the way that you can't see it. It's just a waste of time. So let's have that there. That goes there. Comes back in here. Do we want it to be the same on the left and the right? I do like symmetrical buildings. But mind you, I don't actually know the full block length, so we'll just do an estimate. I think that's probably the same-ish as the other side. This is literally just a basic, like, block plan. No dimensions are guaranteed here. It's probably a little bit short on that side, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's that. It's going to be a 3-story building, but the front of it is going to look sick. It's got this sort of 3-story building, but then it's got this sort of overhang area. That'll be sort of like this. Something along these lines. And underneath here, he's got storage for animal feed or whatever like that, if he's doing animals here, or if he's just doing crops, he can do fertilizer and stuff like that, sort of underneath that. But that's also like a canopy balcony area. Like everything is like dual purpose. It's really cool. But we've got the nice driveway that's going to come in here, yeah, nice sort of car parking. Farm guys are really sort of quite wealthy here, so he's going to have a very nice house and very nice cars and stuff. We also need like a dirt track, like tractor a way in. Okay, so like a dirt road. Now, where can we pull that from? Do we pull that from round the back? I think that's not a bad idea. So I could, let's get like a brown block to remind me. Like Podzol doesn't spread to grass, does it? I'm sure it doesn't. I can never remember. So like here, I can just like cut the terrain out a little bit here, so it's not quite as like urgent up the hill. But like a nice dirt track here, in for a tractor. We'll have like a nice little sort of stone, maybe barbecue area at the back here, and then this side is like a farm. Okay. Now, if we can sort of, I'd like this to sort of weave a little bit. You don't want to have straight dirt roads like this. We can have this sort of come round here through the middle of the farm. I don't know, maybe I could join it up to there as well. Who knows? Maybe have like a little old clackety wooden bridge here or something like that, going over nothing. Maybe it used to be the start of a waterfall years ago. I don't know. Just throwing some ideas about. So we can have, that's probably a little bit too far out there, isn't it? Let's have this sort of cut back here a little bit. Take those back. Like that. So we can have farmland on this side, farmland on this side. Really cool double up to get farmland against the university as well, because universities often use farms and stuff for like experiments and stuff. There's one by me that like has like a partnership with the farm, so they can sort of share, I suppose. They help fund the farm, and then they can use like some of the crops and stuff. I don't know. But then here, okay, what can we do here to make sort of use of this hill? Can we do anything? Can we get like a... Well, there's a road there, and that looks almost like it could be edited to be slopey enough for a road. Like I could sort of cut back nicely close to the university there. I sort of like that. So let's put that in as a plan. Oops, if I could. It's probably the most gentlest area to get up. Tree in way. You see, and then he can go sort of up here like this. Now I don't want to have the crops going down the hill, because it would just look really weird, I feel. If I could come down a few blocks and then have another flat area, that would be good. But I don't think I can really force up the hill any sharper than what it is at the moment. Would you agree? Like if I had it any sharper, it would just literally be a rock face. So I get some farms going down there, get some farms going down the side here, tree up this edge here, that'll hide it up nicely. But I would really like now a farm on the other side, and maybe sort of some, be cool to have some like smaller farms going down here with road access. Maybe we even texture the road up with some dirt in the road, like the dirt's falling off the tractor. You know, when you go down a country lane and you're following behind a tractor, it usually has like muck all over the road, or the occasional potato that's fell out of the trailer and stuff like that. The only problem is it's going to be really hard to find like a medium point. Okay, like a point that we can actually build on, because that side is vastly higher than that side. We're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 block difference. Now, there's two ways that we can do it. We can either have like a small decline and then a flat spot and then a small decline, or we can have just a constant hill. Now, the problem with a constant hill going down is it's less on this side than it is on that side. So maybe we forget about the top and we just sort of start it here. And we, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really torn between it. What happens if I just smooth it? Like, will that give me like a better idea on what we can do with it? maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Now we've smoothed it off here. Oops. Oops. Oh, I find a spot that doesn't affect the road. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This is gonna be tight. I might have to ask for some help from you guys on sort of how we can make this work. Like I know what I want. It's just getting the room for it. And I don't want to get rid of the swirly road. I really like the swirly road. It's like a staple of this part of the city is these winding roads. Alright, so it turns out that, to be honest, most of it was easier if you'd done it by hand. And in that way, you can just sort of mould how you want it to sort of be, where you want the changes to go up and down. It was much easier than trying to sort of cheat it and using world edit, which surprised me. That doesn't happen too often. If I just smooth this off here, I've just been working on this sort of back part here that backs onto the what's it called? Oh, can I get that little hole? I can't get that little hole. That backs onto the airport here. Oh, it's because it's there. That's fine. So this is what I've got. I think it's it looks a lot better, I think, just in general. Like if you compare that one with the sort of lumpiness, which I actually like. I don't mind that. If it was covered in trees, like that was the original plan that we were going for. And then by giving the terrain a lot of up and downs, when you place the trees on it, the trees also then sort of go up and down. You sort of get this full foliage, many different years of tree feel. Which is fine. But here, I really do like the sort of smoother, more precise, carved out look. Oh, a couple of missing blocks here. Always panics me when that happens. So yeah, it just turns out that if you just touch it up with by hand, you just get a better finish. You just sort of get a smoother finish there. You're more precise with it. You know how you want it to look, and it just looks better. So now we can have this dirt path here, or dirt trail come down here, and then it'd be cool if it just went through the middle like this. We just have farm on either side, and maybe just drop down here and sort of cut through, and then over here we can have it cut through this part like a shortcut almost up the mountain and up to there, you see. So maybe if we're playing around on quad bikes or on dirt bikes in the city, instead of weaving up all the way around, you can sort of cut through and use them as shortcuts. Even cooler, like straight through the wheat fields. Oh no, it's raining. Weather clear. Yeah, so I think that's really good. And then obviously up there, we can just do a giant farm up there as well. Now, do we want to do the same style as we've done on the medieval city where we use different crops? Or would we rather, because sometimes it might look better if we just used wheat. And we just had fields and fields of wheat everywhere. I don't know. I think if we're going to, we have to use wheat, obviously. It's like the staple food, not only in Minecraft, but in like the world. Like wheat is used in everything. And it just looks the nicest, I think, in field format. So like if we had like wheat, maybe wheat on the back here. Yeah, wheat on the back. How can I do that? Hay bale. So we sort of put hay bales here to just signify to me that I want all of this being wheat fields. Okay, and a couple over this side. And then, see, potatoes and carrots look identical, okay, like when they're growing, unless you get really up close and you can see the little bit of orange or sort of yellowy white from the potatoes or carrot. But as far as like the block goes, or the growing plant goes, they're pretty identical. So we could have, I think, carrots or potatoes. We'll just choose one of them. Let's just go with red sand to signify. No, I've already got red sand. Orange to signify a carrot. Up here, so we'll have carrots on this one, I think. On this one down here, let's just have a look at what we can do. Do we go with, like, I've used ferns and stuff as detail in this city. The medieval city, we sort of got away with using them as ferns because we were much more sort of sporadic with them. On this one, they're everywhere for detail because they're my favourite block. I mean, we could use rose bushes as tomato plants. That could look really cool. And you go through, and they're 2 blocks tall, so you're gonna, when you're driving through it, you're not gonna be able to see too much. That's pretty sick. Wheat would be cool if you could have 2 blocks tall as well. That would be really cool. Okay, yeah, let's go with rose bushes then. I've never done a rose bush field, but I bet when you backed off and you had this sort of red mass of like little green and red dots, it would look really cool. So let's go with that there. And then this back one here, I really want some, maybe this back one is just, we do an empty field. Like the crops aren't on them yet. It's on a rotation. A lot of farms do a rotation between their fields, so they give the ground time to regain nutrients. Otherwise, the crops just take up all the nutrients if you use them year after year, and then it becomes like dead soil. Like it's no use. So like up here, if we just prep it to look like a field that hasn't got crops on it, so we have like what they call dredges or trenches, where, you know, like I can't remember what they're called, where the terrain sort of goes up and down, like really quickly, where they plow it, like a plowed field. That's the word. That would be really cool to have as well. I think if we even flattened out this area a little bit more, so we don't have this sort of terrain drop, like set grass there, over here, and then it just the bigger flatter area we have for this, I think the better a plowed field would look. And then just smooth off the edge here, something like that. There's a lot of banging and clacking going on. Okay, and oh, and then a dirt. We need the dirt road to come up here, don't we? Oh, how can we get that? Where can we go from? I'm gonna have to just go from that side of the road, aren't I? I think opposite the driveway would be fine. So then he can go up here. Oops. Now, because this field's ploughed, I probably don't want the path to run like through it. I just want the path to go up, maybe alongside it even. Maybe alongside like this, and then wrap round up the side like that. So you sort of have this dirt lane coming up the side, and then the ploughed field going that way. That would be so cool to have. Yeah. Okay, on the front of his driveway here, he'll have a row of trees going up either side. Do we want to do a external garage? I think we probably could. The plan for the house that I've got doesn't have a garage, so we can do like an external one down here. Oops, that's the wrong block out. Probably needs to come out a little bit further. It doesn't look quite deep enough for an expensive looking garage. That's a little bit better. Maybe it's even a little bit long. Just like a double garage thing going on here. Like that. Yeah, double garage, big farmhouse, farms all behind it. Expensive. Let's do like the little green bits for the trees to go down it. So I have like a tree there, and there. You've all gone past these for sure. You've been driving down like even country roads or even main roads, and you come across this really long driveway with maybe a set of gates on the front. And it's like a really long driveway, and right up the top there's this huge house at the end. Yeah, that's definitely going to be like a farmer's house for sure. Still not sure what I want to do with this. I sort of like the idea of just a pointless bridge there. I just like that idea. Maybe I could probably just put wheat field coming down there as well, so you can sort of drive over the wheat. That'd be cool as well. Yeah, I think I like that idea. Alright, I know this is a little bit of a weird episode. These episodes probably help me more than they help you, because I know then what I'm doing for like the rest of the build. But I like to show you guys my entire planning, my entire thought process behind all of the steps. Where the road's going to go, where the lane's going to go, what colour is everything going to be, how do I want it laid out. And then hopefully you guys can sort of take that and use it for your own builds. Next episode I think we'll start off with the farmhouse. We'll start building that, get some actual dimensions in, some actual sort of spacing between windows and stuff like that, and build it up from there. But this is actually going to be a really, really cool part of the map, and it's also sort of self-completing as well, so we're not going to have to really do much afterwards. Like, we're not going to have to go around afterwards and fill it up with trees and wood it up and stuff. Everything that we do should be part of the land, so once it's done, it's going to be like a completed area. Alright guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. Have a fantastic 2019. I hope you've had a great start already, even though we're only a few hours in. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!